Let's now talk about the circular pattern. And here we have the drawing for this. So the circular pattern is right underneath this linear pattern on the features tab. So on the features tab, go to linear pattern and select this circular pattern here. All right. So here also you need to start with direction. So we have got the direction 1 here. I'll select this and now I'll select this circular edge for direction 1. And now the next thing that I'll select here is features. So I'll go to feature and faces. I'll select this one, and the feature which I'll select is this one. So you can just click here to select the feature, or you can also go to this feature tree and select it from here. And we have got this cut extrude one selected as the feature. Now let's look at this direction 1 now. So we have got equal spacing selected here, and with equal spacing we have got 12 instances. So right now 12 instances are filled to a total angle of 270 degrees. That's what we have here. So I'll change that to 360 degrees. I'll press tab key, and now we have 12 instances filling this complete 360 degree angle. You can increase this value so simply by clicking here, or you can just type in a value or just a number here, and now we have 20 objects completely filling this 360 degree angle. So that's the circular pattern in one of the directions. Now let's click OK to finish this one, and this is what we are going to get. Now let's repeat it one more time. So I'll go to circular pattern, edit this, and this time I'll make some changes here. So in this case, as you can see, you can change this total angle from 360 to any other angle. For example, you can just change it to 180 degrees, and now it will fill only 180 degree angle. Of course, you can change this number of patterns as well. So number of items here, you can just change that, and there we are. We've got all of these objects. Now apart from that, you can also use instances and its spacing. So to explain that, I'll select this option, instances and spacing, and now here we have 14 objects, and angle between every single one of these objects is 18 degrees. So 18 degree between this and this object. So currently the angle is measured in such a way that if you join the center of this circle with this center of circular disc, and then again make another line connecting this center with this center, then the angle is 18 degrees. So that's how the angle is measured here. Now if you increase this angle, so if I make it like 19, 20, you'll see that the gap will increase automatically. Of course, you can change number of items as well here, and if you want again to fill it completely, this entire area, then you can change it to equal spacing at 360 degrees, and there we are. So with this, I will maybe increase number of items to 14 or maybe even 16, and then I'll click OK. And that's the pattern. Now let's do it again. So I'll go to circular pattern, and for the direction, I'll once again select this edge. Now in this features, it automatically selected the pattern which we don't want. So I'll right click and select clear selection. All right, so we have got the direction selected. Now the next thing here is this slot. So I'll select this slot, and that slot is cut extrude 2. There we are. Now by default, it is selecting 20 objects and it's filling it all on 360 degree angle. That we don't want. So I'll change number of objects to 8, and angle, I'll just make it 90 degrees. So now we have 8 objects along this 90 degree angle, and that's the seed object, the main object. Now you can add another direction as well here. Let's do it. So that's just one of the directions. Let's go to direction 2, activate this, and here also you can repeat it. So here right now number of object is 0. I'll just increase this value, and as I increase the number, you'll see that it is adding these objects right along this direction. So that's the first direction, and there we have the second direction. Now you can change the parameters of this second direction here. So the angle is 15 degrees. I'll increase this value. I'll just make it maybe kind of 30 degrees or so. Yeah, 30 degrees. And then we have 6 objects here. In this case, we just have 8 objects right along 90 degrees. Maybe I'll just decrease this number as well. Okay, there we are. Or maybe just 7, and here I'll increase number of objects. So there. So now we have all of these objects 90 along 90 degree angle, and then these objects are taking up the remaining angle, and they have different angles because of 2 different directions that we used here. So with that, I'll click OK, and here we have a completely different kind of pattern just because of the 2 directions that we used. So that's how you can create circular patterns in SolidWorks.